Good evening, live streamers. I hope everyone's well this evening. This is my second live stream. I have tried to do other streams recently, but I kept on forgetting to click the to broadcast to the group, so I've actually been broadcasting to the Facebook public. But that's okay. I just thought I'd do it tonight. On my football team, Everton, at this disappointing season. I don't normally talk about this sort of thing, but I thought rather than sort of listen to other people's views on the season on YouTube and Facebook and the like, I thought I'd do a video myself. So yeah, my team Everton in the Premier League in England, we're all started so well. Season full of optimism. Way back in August, September last year, we were top of the league. We were winning games. We were scoring for fun. We were playing great football, and everything was good. The feel-good factor was back. And we continued this through until October, November time. And then things started going a bit for us. The results started slipping away, but not just the results. It was the performances as well. We were finding it difficult to score, and we were conceding goals, which is always a bad that's always a bad recipe in football. So and things were not good. The manager, Carlo Ancelotti, who's one of the best managers in the world. He's won all kinds of trophies with many different clubs in Europe. He just didn't seem to be able to get the right blend or the right strategy out of the players, and we did have some highlights during the season. We beat some of the top 6 teams away from home. We won in against teams in London, which we haven't done for many seasons, and we also beat our neighbours, Liverpool. We also beat them away at Anfield for the first time in over 20 years. I can remember the last time that we beat them over 20 years ago, so it was well overdue. So those are the highlights. But at the end of the day, we were just not good enough. We were not good enough throughout the season. The performances were not there, and the players were just not good enough. I've been very critical myself of the manager in terms of his selection at times, his use of the substitutes, his formations, being very negative, and there doesn't seem to have been a strategy there. But in fairness to him, I think he realised that that the team wasn't quite as good as we thought, and he became very defensive, and it seemed to get the results away from home, not at home. We were terrible at home. We're one of the worst home records, but at the same time one of the best away records. So I think that's just something that's been odd, certainly in COVID, with no crowds in the stadiums. I think that's been a critical factor. But what recently we had opportunities still to get in the top 6, top 7, and still to get into European football next year. But again, it's just too inconsistent, losing at home, winning away. And then what surprised me was just recently, was in the last week or so, was that the manager, Carlo Ancelotti, he became very critical of the team. He was questioning that they didn't have the quality. Now, if that was right or not, we will never know. But certainly, it was a bit of a surprise that he questioned the quality. He was suggesting that we needed to rely on sheer defensive grit and determination to sort of get us through the season, to get us where we want to be. I can't help thinking that may have somehow knocked the confidence of the team, a team that was lacking confidence anyway. But again, we'll never know. But certainly, in fairness to him, he's come straight out with it and he said we're not good enough and we need to buy players in the summer. So he sent a message to the board and the owners of Everton that we need to bring in better players in the summer. Whether he should have or waited to the end of the season to say that, again, I don't know. I can't really say whether that was right or not. But certainly today, away to the champions, Manchester City. I know Frankie Kington, that's your team, and well done, fantastic achievement today and the whole of the season. But we were beaten 5-0 away today. It all seemed to be a formality in the end, especially with Spurs winning as well. But we even slipped to 10th place in the league. Even Arsenal, and who've had a poor season, they even overtook us. Leeds, who've had a good season, they overtook us and probably deserve to finish higher than us in the league, if I'm honest. And we slipped down to the lowly position of 10th. I mean, so it's all been a very difficult, very disappointing season overall. The stats would suggest otherwise. The stats suggest that Carlo Ancelotti, since coming to Everton, has done a really good job in terms of his win rate, and the points that he's accumulated is better than the other managers that were before him. But again, I don't really think you can look too much at the statistics. And I think next season is a massive season. I do think he will stay. I know teams in Italy have been asking about his availability, but I do think he will stay. But he definitely needs to bring in 2 or 3 new players. A centre forward to give a bit more competition. A right winger or a left winger that's got pace, can cross a ball and can score a goal would be good. And defensively, we've been quite good this year, in fairness. We probably need a new right back with Seamus Coleman coming to the end of his career. Certainly a right back to give him some competition. So overall, very disappointing season, and glad it's over in a way. It become very difficult to watch the games in the last few months, even to listen to them at times. So I'm glad the season's over now, and then hopefully we can rebuild and improve next year. So that's my video for this evening, and be interested to see if you have any comments. And thanks again, and I'll see you on the next one. Good evening. Bye bye.